Hi, friends. Well, I can never seem to get my hands on those pink dollhouses at my Dollar Tree, so I decided to make one myself, my own house. So I have some jumbo and some large craft sticks from Walmart, and we're just going to cut off the round tips on each one of them. And then once I do that, I have some cut lines where I'm going to cut out where a window's going to be or a door. So I'm going to get all these cut and get ready to assemble my house. Okay, so I've got my house assembled how I want it to look on the front, and I'm just now making the roof of the house. I've cut up some random craft sticks, and I'm drawing a circle where I want to cut out. I want to make me a circle window, but when I get done, you'll see that I don't like the circle window, and I end up just cutting the corners and making it a square window, and it looks so much better. And here I am with scrap pieces of craft sticks, and I have glued them all to the back of the house with wood glue and hot glue, so it'll stay together, of course. And now I'm going to glue together the roof of the house. Okay, here is where I attach the roof to the house. So I'm just gluing this bottom piece of the roof to the top part of the house, and you'll see how I attach the rest of it. And then I also take and use leftover scrap craft sticks to hold the roof together and onto the house. So you'll see that here coming up. And remember when I said I didn't like the circle? The square does look much better, don't you think so? So I put that aside, and this is the base. I'm just taking two square pieces of wood from Dollar Tree and Dollar Tree wood slat, and I'm going to glue them together with this, and this is going to be the base that our house is going to sit on. Okay, now while that dries, we're going to take this jet black paint from Apple Barrel and just paint the whole entire house black. And as soon as it dries, I take some white acrylic paint and I just dry brush all over it until I get the effect I want. And as you can see, I had already done a little bit of dry brushing, and I'm going to do a little bit more until I get the desired look I'm going for. Okay, so I took a jumbo craft stick and added it as a chimney onto the house, and I'm just taking that barn red acrylic paint and giving it a good coat of it, and then my house is done, all but painting the boards we're going to put on our house to board up our door and our windows. And this was just a couple of the craft sticks, and I just cut them up into random strips to make them look like old boards that someone got and threw up on the windows. And this creepy cloth, I cut a piece of it so I could cut some for the 3 windows in the door, and I'm just hanging them up like old dirty curtains, or maybe some, old dirty cobwebs, or, just something like that. And where I didn't have a door for the front door, I thought, the door's been kicked in, and, we've got boards up to it and some old dirty cobwebs and stuff's hanging in front. And my imagination just runs wild. But here I am gluing them to the back of the haunted house. Okay, my boards are dry, and I'm just going to glue them across our door and our windows like someone's boarded up this old abandoned spook house. Okay, now that I've got my boards assembled across my windows and door, I'm just going to start gluing them on there. Okay, now that my base is dry, I'm going to go on and paint it with that jet black. And once I'm done painting it, I have a square wooden dowel, and I have some tumbling tower blocks, and I'm going to paint them with the same paint. And I'm going to use them to hold our house onto the base, and you'll see that here coming up. Now, while they dry, we're going to take our Dollar Tree ghost that I finally got my hands on, and I'm going to paint 4 of them with just some white acrylic paint. And once they dry, I'm going to go over them dry brushing with a gray, and I just take the jet black and the white and mix it because I don't have any gray right now. Now I'm going to glue our ghost in random spots on the house, like one's floating out of a window and one's, maybe a couple's outside or one's peeking, around a corner. And also, I have a wood skewer that I painted gray, and I'm going to attach it to the back of one of our ghosts, and it's going to look like the ghost is flying above the house, and you'll see that here now. Now, I attach our ghost to the back of the house by just simply flipping the house over and putting gobs of hot glue all over our stick. And once the hot glue gets just about dry, I take a piece of duct tape and put over the back of it to secure it. Now we're going to wood glue our house to its base, and I put the square down in the back with one of the tumbling tower blocks, as you can see, and I'm going to start with gluing the back and bottom of the house to the base like so. And as I'm holding it, I'm going to take some tumbling tower blocks and I'm going to glue them to the front of the house, one on each side underneath the windows, and then I'm going to glue two at the front door to make them kind of almost look like some steps. Okay, now you can see the front, and here's what the back looks like. And we're going to take and glue some Spanish moss, or just some moss, all over the front of the base in front of the house. Like it's just old dead grass and stuff that's just grown up in front of our old abandoned spook house. Okay, so I had some Dollar Tree branches in my stash, and I thought, well, wouldn't these look cute, like a big tree, spooky tree coming up from behind the house? So with lots of hot glue, I put on the back of them, and then also right before it got dry, put a piece of duct tape over it, like I did like I'm going to our friend the ghost. And that's going to secure them on there, make me a little bit more secure with them staying on there with just the glue, you feel me? Okay, so I didn't have any orange pumpkins, and I didn't like the purple ones on the haunted house. I wanted it to be, simple and not all glammed up or whatever. So I painted them orange. I paint both of them orange. And then I didn't like how one of them turned out, because you could still see the purple through it. Didn't matter how many coats of paint I put on it. So I ended up getting some sage chalk paint and putting it on the other pumpkin. And these stickers here I got from Dollar Tree. I love their new stickers they got. I'm just going to cut one of these off and paint it black, and then I'm going to dry brush some white over it, because it's going to be just a little embellishment I want to put above the door on the haunted house. And here's our green pumpkin I said I painted over. The orange, I painted over the orange, and I'm just going to glue it over here by my two skulls. I glued two skulls on there, and I had another branch I glued behind the pumpkin, and I'm just going to glue this orange pumpkin down. And I've got a skeleton from Dollar Tree, from the Garlands, and I'm going to just glue him on there and let him be waving. And here it is. I think it turned out super cute, and I hope you guys like it. And let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you later, friends.